Do you supposed to drive the buses?
Huh?
Do you supposed to drive the buses?
You unbuckled?
Well, yeah.
No, he's not unbuckled. Right. That's why. You ain't unbuckled, buddy.
I'm on. You got any medical conditions, baby? Huh? You got any medical conditions?
And I'm going to stop the video right there. And you can go in the link in the description box and look at the other part of the video, which gets a little bit graphic. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. I'm Richard Taylor, and I'm back with another story. The man that you just saw in that video is 46-year-old David Batts of Knoxville, Tennessee. And on January the 7th, Mr. Batts lost his life in the custody of the Knox County Sheriff's Office. On January the 6th, Batts, who was a driver for the Knoxville Area Transit, or the KAT, a bus driver, he was driving a bus around the parking lot, possibly about to go out on his route, when they said that he hit a vehicle. And he was not arrested for that. It seems that morning, Mr. Batts was suffering from a bout of meningitis. Now, meningitis is a condition that has you disoriented, sometimes fatal, and it causes you to, not have all of your faculties together at times. And it was at that point the police were called or whatever, and he was not taken to jail. He was first taken to a mental facility for a mental health evaluation. Now, allegedly, according to the authorities, who had 24 days to make up this story, they said that he was removed from the mental facility for allegedly groping two nurses. And when he was removed from that facility, he was then taken to the Knox County Detention Center, in which you saw him, being questioned. And you could clearly see that even, throughout the time when he was being put in handcuffs, when he was, in transit on the van, and even standing there, they kept asking him, do you have any medical questions? Do you have any medical problems? He kept saying, well, not much, not. So clearly a logical, sane-minded individual will say, well, yeah, this guy, we might need to get him some medical attention. Nevertheless, these untrained, bungling individuals, they continue to try to dress him out. Dress him out means get him to change from the street clothes to jail clothes. Some part during that time, Mr. Batts ended up on the floor, and you will see that in the rest of the video if you click on the link in the description. He ended up on the floor with 5 or 6 officers on him. He's in his boxers, and they use the same tactic. Stop resisting, right? And Mr. Batts is laying face down, face up, with an officer on his chest, and you can see an officer by his legs tasing him. And he's like, and they keep saying, stop resisting. If you're being tased, I've never been tased. Hopefully I will never be tased, but I can assume your reaction is kind of frail and pain, right? So they're telling him to stop resisting. One officer is on him. You can see the officer punching him several times. And then, you see him in another part of the video restrained by his throat, with one officer pulling his locks, What is it with these officers and they're wanting to pull a black man's locks? What is, do y'all have a fascination with that? Y'all let me know. But one of them is pulling his locks, and he's clearly like beating, and he's clearly beaten and has a bruised face. And a part of that video, once again, I won't show it because it's too graphic, but you can watch it in the comments. Nevertheless, they said that happened at 2 p.m. And then he went back to the hospital at 10:45 p.m. and he was pronounced deceased at the scene. And so, yet this is another incident that echoes what we've seen with our brother Robert Brooks, where a person, and in this case, an ill person, physically ill person, has lost their life at the hands of jail or prison personnel. Now, this family has retained the services of attorney Benjamin Crump, who released a statement saying that the body camera footage release raises deeply troubling questions about David's treatment while in custody. David needed and deserved medical care and compassion, but instead he was met with brutality. His death from meningitis, a condition that can severely impair behavior and mental state, should have been dealt with thorough, urgent medical attention, not taser and beatings to the head. Now, that was Attorney Crump's assertion of the situation, but yet no charges have been filed against the officers, and Sheriff Tom Spangler has cleared his officers of any wrongdoing. And the medical examiner did say that he died of meningitis, and of course they have to throw the usual fentanyl in his system diagnosis as well. And once again, and I have a story to share that shows what they do with these autopsies. But the sheriff says, based on his review of the camera footage and the medical examiner's preliminary findings, I have concluded that the officers involved responded to Mr. Batts' assaultive and resistive behavior with appropriate force under the circumstances. Now, that's his determination. And you see how they characterize his behavior as assaultive and resistive. Now, once you watch this video, and I don't want to play it because I don't want my channel to get flagged for, graphic nature. People have been flagging my Facebook account for some things that I've been putting up there, so I have to be very careful so they don't flag this account. But it's amazing, how they can continuously justify these beatings by criminalizing the individual who is getting beaten by saying that he's resisting or he's assaulted. The man clearly in the video was responding to being punched and tased and choked, while all the time they're saying stop resisting. Once again, if you've ever been in a position where police are beating you, that there is no way that you can stop responding, whether you're going to block your head or whether you're going to try to move, oh, you're moving from me trying to punch you. Oh, that is resisting. You see how they create these irrational narratives that only is sane in their mind. So, while once again, people always, try to say, well, it's not a race thing. It's not a black and white thing. I guess it's not, right? It's a right and wrong thing. But in these situations, the people who are doing wrong are white, and the people who are being done wrong too are black. So which makes it a black and white thing or a racial thing. It's a right and wrong thing, but the people who are doing wrong are white, and the people who are having the wrong done to them are black. So, with de facto, it's a black and white thing or a racial thing. So this is another incident that has flown under the radar. It has not got any national coverage, but evidently it is starting. This was just published 2 days ago. And, this is from a Knoxville news center. So this is from Knoxville. But, this video clearly shows the man being beaten, struggling. They're choking him, fingers in his mouth, and he's struggling to breathe. But then they going to say that, he passed from meningitis, when clearly the video shows that something was definitely wrong with him. This man should have received medical attention instead of tasers and punches to the head. And so I wonder what is going to happen with this. I wonder if the FBI, federal, the TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, is going to investigate this like they have done the other situation. I think Knoxville County Sheriff has just, this happened a few days after they unalived the young high school student, Mr. St. Germain, for allegedly, posting things on social media about, criminal activity. That's what they allege. But, these guys are looking like they are, once again on a hunt patrol, as we've seen many of these police and sheriff department over the past few weeks are on. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this incident in the comments. 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a blessed day.